Hi guys, so in this video we want to create a counter that would count from 5 to 0 and then show some message. Just like this. To do the countdown of the 5 seconds, we'll use the countdown timer. So let's just create a value. Let's call it timer. And in Kotlin we have to use, there is no anonymous classes. We will have to use something like this. Countdown timer. Yes. So it has two abstract methods, on finish and on tick. So basically, it takes the constructor take 2 arguments, millis in future and countdown interval. So here we are putting 5,000 seconds, and this is 1,000 seconds as an interval. So each 1,000 milliseconds, which is 1 second, this method will be called on tick. And when this interval passes, on finish will be called. So we can make it a little bit beautiful. Let's do 5 times date utils, and we have second in millis. So it's basically 1,000. It's 1 second in milliseconds. Yeah. So it will be nice to have a text view to track the progress. So let's go to our layout. And let's just add ID here. Timer text. Let's just call timer text. So it's a text view, and then we can just use it here. Like we did with toolbar, we just have to import the Kotlin X from content home. Here you can see it. So now we can use, now we can use all the layouts from this, all the widgets, all the text views, labels, whatever. You can use it from this layout. Oops. Equal and count down. And there is a nice thing in, so we can do something like this in strings in Kotlin, but let's do something better, because we want this to be divided by 1,000, because this is in milliseconds. And here, let's just do countdown finished. Okay, and well, we don't need the snack bar here. We can just do timer start. So every time someone clicks on the fab button, this will call the start, and it will call the will start the timer. Let's see how it looks. Okay, here's our app, and this is the countdown. Countdown finished. Okay, so it is working, and let's just go through the code. This may seem a little bit strange for you, so let's just check it, because this is a simple text view. This is injected text view, and as you can see, like Java syntax would be timer text, set text. Yeah. So this is how you would do it in Java. But as you can see, even our compiler says something that you can use property syntax. Okay, Kotlin make it so you can use it like a property. And what is property? This is a property. A value or variable, var, these are called properties. You have only two types of properties. So for Java guys, value would be like a final field or final variable, and var it's not final. But for the new guys, just let's keep it simple and let's forget about Java. And you have only two types of properties: value, that you can only assign once and you have to assign it. So value is immutable, so you have to assign it in the declaration, and value cannot be changed. And var, variable, you still have to assign the value in the declaration, with one exception. If you add a keyword, a lateinit at the beginning, then you can later assign the value to a variable. But of course, if we're talking about variables, you can reassign and change. User can change the value later. So before we use context, it has to be initialized. Like it will be initialized here, and we cannot use this here because this would throw an exception, uninitialized property access exception. So this will work, but this not. And a little bit more on properties, like value, timer, or var, they are not really like fields or variables like in Java. They're properties, so they work a little bit different. I don't want to go too much into theory, but just remember that that properties work a little bit differently, because you can do strange things, like you can have an abstract property or a delegated property. So there are some strange things that you can do it. Keep it in mind, and I think we'll go through examples later in while working on this project. So as usual, let's just format the code and let's commit the changes. So we have counter working. Let's review the changes. Okay, not much today, a little bit of theory, but we're gonna do more in the next video. So if you have any questions, write it in the comments. If I'm going too fast or too slow, yeah, put it in the comments and let me know what you think.